I was wrong about Trump and
You
this
sure
entire
were.
administration. It started with the Epstein files and all the BS that surrounded that when Trump and his whole team ran on exposing that. Cash Patel, Bongino, we're going to expose that if they had the power, and they never did. Pam Bondi saying she had the files on her desk, she saw the videos, nothing. And now the icing on the cake for me is this whole Charlie Kirk assassination narrative. If you believe that crap, if you believe the stuff coming from the feds, if you believe the text messages,
We don't.
you're an idiot, because that whole thing is completely bunk. And I'm done with this whole administration. They're all frauds.
Oh, you think?
Trump is a fraud.
Now
Vance
you know?
is a fraud. He's in bed with Peter Thiel and Palantir, scooping up all of our data for an AI database system that's going to track and follow us every digital step we go.
He's
Pam
seen the
Bondi,
light.
she's a fraud. Cash Patel's fraud. Bongino, a fraud. It was my mistake thinking that Trump and this new, young administration would do anything different than they had before. I was already clued in that any other election in my lifetime, presidential election, going back to my childhood, no matter who the candidate was, it was two sides of the same coin. Whoever won, we would have got the same result.
No,
right?
We wouldn't.
So you go back, Al Gore would have got the same result.
Bullshit.
John McCain, same result. John
Bullshit.
Kerry, same result.
Bullshit.
Mitt Romney would have got the same result. And Kamala, I guarantee we would have had the same result. It doesn't matter. We got to wake up.
No, we wouldn't.
Realize that, as George Carlin said, it's a big club, and you ain't in it. It is the elites versus the little people.
Oh,
it's not
true.
A left and right issue. Yeah, we can argue about different social and economic
It's about
things,
human rights, jerk.
When it comes down to it, it is a larger picture of an elite power structure that is subjugating.
So this is what made you realize Dick Don the Con was a fraud? Not the 34 felony convictions or 91 criminal charges or any of the other number of items on this shit show list. So the files and CK was your breaking point. So that means you didn't give three shits about radical schnazi hate that's spewed out of your cult regime's fascist mouths continually.
The MAGA wake-up call is so huge right now. A lot of them are waking up to the reality. They are seeing themselves and saying, oh, what we did was wrong. We actually voted against our interests, thinking that we were voting against the interests of other people. When people tell them, at what end, what exactly will make you get mad and said you're done? I think the esteem file is one of those things, and of course some of them are beginning to open their eyes to the reality, right? The wake-up call is so huge right now for a lot of MAGAs. Well, I have other clips I've gathered for you guys of these people complaining of their whole regrets and the way they voted, they would have listened, all of those stories and all those things that they tell us. But well, a lot of people are like, we are not buying this thing from you guys. You made your decision to vote against your own interests, and of course now you're seeing the reality, and now you are coming to say, oh, we should come together. Like, exactly what are you saying? Well, guys, I have other clips. Let me let them roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Let me know what you all think in the comment section, and credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
I just need someone to explain something to me. I live in Alabama, and my utility bill usually averages between $200 to $250 a month. Can someone please explain to me how my utility bill went from $250 a month to $696?
Girl, did you say Alabama? You know exactly why your electricity bill is going up. Did you get this letter in the mail by chance? Yeah, it was sent to the residents of Huntsville, Alabama. It says that your electricity bill was going up because of Donald Trump. It has his name actually right here. Pretty clear, you know what I mean? It said, hey, he ended through executive orders some federal grants that were lowering your electric bill. This is the best round of FAFO, and I wasn't going to ream you too hard, but then I went and saw your repost. You posted a lot of stuff from Little Human Being guy, Charlie Kirk, a lot of Daily Wire stuff, a lot of Donald Trump thirst traps, if you will. It said, oh, I know exactly who you voted for. You're the perfect candidate for this video. This is a result of what you voted for, honey. This is a thoughts and terrorist, tater tots and chairs kind of moment. I just want you to enjoy and soak that all in. Take it all in. This is what you voted for. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye. And FAFO.
Farmers don't deserve to lose their farms. My brother is a farmer in Arkansas. He doesn't deserve to lose his farm because of a Donald Trump presidency. Nobody deserves all of the harm that is happening to us as Americans because of a Donald Trump presidency. The issue is the majority of those people who are in grave danger of losing their family farms voted for the Donald Trump presidency, and they were complicit in putting this regime in power to enact the harm that they are now suffering. And so it is very difficult to have empathy for those people who played a significant role in creating this harmful environment. this dangerous environment, this environment that takes away from everyone. I'm having a hard time having empathy for them. As a person who prides herself in caring for others and empathizing with others, who wants everyone to have enough, who wants everyone to be successful, I am struggling with finding empathy for these farmers and these families. I'm going to keep trying because I want to be the good person. I want to be that good person. But my empathy bucket is running low. And this hits home for me. My brother is a farmer. My brother is a soybean and rice farmer in Arkansas. So I'm struggling. But why do they feel they deserve assistance and they deserve a bailout and they deserve to be protected from losing everything, but other Americans aren't? Other Americans drowning in college loan debt, other Americans who are working 40, 50, 60 hours a week without health care, trying to make ends meet, people who don't have enough food to feed their families. Why are those people expected to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, and American farmers should be bailed out? And remember, a lot of these farmers are not selling crops to Americans. They're not feeding Americans. They are growing commodities. They are growing crops that are then sold to a middleman and then sold to the world, mostly China. I know in Missouri, we export a lot of pork to China, and they're not buying our pork right now, and pork prices are rock bottom in Missouri, and there's a reason for that. So before you hop up on that high horse and start talking about how we should have empathy for the American farmer, think about why it's okay for us to have empathy for the farmers and not the other Americans. And yeah, it's a struggling point.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section. But I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize, and that they would. But they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now I know there are a few. and I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care how many people are hurt. And they are exactly what Palpatine said. They're the ones he was talking about when he said he could unalive someone in public and they would still vote for him. I thought they just wanted lower egg prices. I thought they were struggling in the economy and it was hard and they wanted their lives to be easier, and they listened to that. And that's why they voted for him. But they don't care. They literally don't care how many other people in this world are hurt. See, the difference is I'm willing to pay more for my eggs. If it means no one in my country goes hungry tonight, I am willing to pay more for my eggs. If it means everybody can have an egg. But they really don't care. And I am heartbroken that so many in my country don't care. That so many won't go love their neighbor. But I want to thank those of you who are. You're the ones keeping me going. Go love your neighbor.
One of the worst things that anybody can actually do to themselves is to vote against their interest and the interest of everyone around them. So I've seen a lot of MAGAs actually come out here on social media to tell us, oh, we regret our vote. We actually wish that we listen to people. Oh, we regret actually not listening. We regret telling you guys that you guys were fear-mongering, because that was what was trending at the time when a lot of people were telling them what was going to happen. People telling them that the whole vote that they are casting right now, that they are going to regret it, and you guys make a better decision and all that. Like that man was saying that he was actually wrong about the current administration and everything, and later he said something about he is never going to trust a politician ever again, that that he believed that none of them would have even done better. Right? That's like not taking accountability. When people tell you that you need to start taking accountability for your action, I guess this is one of those things. But MAGA will always be themselves. Okay, taking accountability is one thing that they find it so difficult to actually accept. You made a mistake. Come out here and tell everybody you're sorry for the mistake that you made. You're sorry for not listening. You're sorry for voting against your own interests and interests of other people. Instead, you went ahead and started saying things like, oh, I was wrong. First, we understand that you were actually wrong. And all of a sudden, you're not saying, oh, I should. The truth is that nobody would have done it better. No politician ever. We also do it better. So you still believe that there are people who have there are no people, there is no person at all who can do better, who can change the narrative. And that's why a lot of you actually voted against your interest. And because you didn't want someone that has, to be able to, take up the mantle and lead you. That's why a lot of you campaigned against it. And yet he went ahead to say Kamala wouldn't have as well. Okay. Well, a lot of people now, like, even the woman was like, that's not true. Okay. I'm not saying that everybody, she would have done everything perfect. No. Okay. But at least the policies that she brought out that she was going to follow was going to be better, would have been better if you guys had actually given her a chance to, take up the mantle and do her thing. But no, every one of you felt that, you know what, she is actually this, and we are actually not going to allow somebody to be able to lead us through. And now you guys are coming out to say, oh, I regret my vote. Now look at the farmers for Trump. The lady who was talking about how, her brother is a farmer and he doesn't deserve it. No farmer deserved. Like, who exactly actually deserved it? Who actually deserved it? Nobody actually deserved to go through whatever anybody's going through now. But these people chose exactly what they want. They chose exactly the life they are seeing right now. They're the one that chose and said, you know what, we want to vote against these people. We want, they should take away all the government bailouts and all of that, all the government aids and all of that, and all of a sudden they're now crying for the government bailout. In fact, not just crying, they are praying that the government should help them. Instead of them helping them, they are going to help Argentina farmers. This is exactly the same person that they all wore their MAGA hats for, campaigned for, wore their MAGA merchandise for, came out and even had issues with a lot of people. Some of them are not talking to their families. Like, how your family members say, you know what, you are MAGA, I don't want anything to do with you. A lot of people deconstructed. And now, the same people are the ones that they are treating the way they are treating them. Just the same way, they've been treating these other people for a very long time. Somebody came out and said, what happened to black farmers? Why are they not complaining like the palm colors? Okay? Because if you check all of these regrets videos, most of these people are palm who come out and say that they regret because their farms and all of that. There was an interview I saw one time where, I think I've shared that video, where some farmers were being asked who they voted for. They said they did red, they voted MAGA, and all of a sudden okay, the lady now asked them, if you are given an opportunity right now to vote again, who would you vote for? Would you vote MAGA again? And they said never. And I'm like, bring it on. Like, if you bring it on, you still see that the same people will still vote again for the same person who took away all their benefits. They will still vote. So all of these things that saying, oh, we regret, we are not going, they are still going to do it over and over and over and over again. So it's kind of unfortunate that this is happening. Nobody actually deserved this. Really. Nobody deserved it. But people would have made a better decision. But this guy said, no, we are not going to make better decision. We are going to make the decision that, will benefit us instead. But instead of them getting a benefit, they are getting losses, because now some of them might just lose their farms at the end of the day just because they decided to vote against their own interest. They might lose their farm, they might lose a lot of things. Like, so many people are complaining about the things, their services that they're losing. Farmers, healthcare, you name it. A lot of people are complaining. The price of grocery has shoot up. Some of them can no longer afford grocery. They are all crying out on the internet and asking for help. But who are you asking for help actually? You need to go cry to your daddy, because that's the only person that can help at this time, because he's the one that made the decisions. And you guys have to follow or beg him to help out, because you cannot vote against your own interest. Like, you can't eat your own cake and have it. Okay, you eat your own cake, you cannot have it. You have an empty plate, right? So the empty plate are exactly what is in your faces right now, and the loafers are just somewhere around. Okay, so you guys embrace yourself, put yourself by your bootstrap, because that's exactly what you guys keep telling a lot of people. Even when they passed the last what's it called, the BBB, the big beautiful bill, every one of you will say, oh, you people liberals, peel up yourself by the bootstrap and all of that. And now you guys are not ready to pull yourself by the bootstrap. You need to do that, because that's exactly what you have always tell people. So every one of you coming out to complain about your electricity bill, about what, you need to get hold of yourself and start begging your daddy, because that's the only person that can help. Well, guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Let's have that conversation. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. See you all on my next. Bye, guys.